Barbarian Assault is one of my favorite minigames in old school, but I feel like it gets a bad reputation because a lot of the most viewed guides don't explain it very well, so today I'm hoping to fix a few of their mistakes. First off, I don't think a beginner's guide to BA should try to teach all four roles at once because you don't need to learn or play all four roles at the same time. This guide's going to cover a lot of general information about settings and mechanics which are applicable to all four roles, but we're only going into specific details for attacker because that is the role you should be playing for your very first queen kill. I strongly suggest you do not watch the other three videos that I'll link until you've gone in, play all 10 waves, kill the queen, then come back and watch the next guide. Prayer is not allowed in this minigame, and you cannot bring your own food, runes, or ammo. Special arrows are provided during the minigame, and they do not work with weapons that need darts or bolts, so the magic short bow imbued is the strongest weapon choice here, assuming you don't have a third age bow. And we want to keep our ammo slot empty. I think ranging is a lot more effective than melee here, but if for some reason ranging is not an option for you, your melee weapon needs to have all four attack styles. So a whip and a bludgeon are not viable options, and most people choose to bring a dragon scimitar. If you do this, you have to switch between your attack styles frequently. On range, we'll keep it on rapid the whole time and switch arrows, but a melee weapon would need aggressive, defensive, controlled, and accurate. You don't get any experience during this minigame, so switching to defensive is not going to ruin your peer, but again, range is just better. In my inventory, I've got a tank switch. This is only for the very end. You have to take some range damage from the queen on wave 10. If you don't have all of this stuff, you're fine with just black dragon hide and switching to rune armor. If you're worried about low hit points and low defense level, you could bring a super defense potion. For all of the roles that are not the attacker, you're just going to wear this tank switch the whole time. You don't need a weapon, and you can keep your inventory as empty as possible. Once you're geared up and ready to start, you need to talk to Captain Kane and do his tutorial, or skip it, and then climb down this ladder to find a team. We're going to run to the far northwest corner of this room. Make sure before you get in here that we have accept aid turned on. We want to have left click where available for attack options, and then there's a plugin called Be a Minigame that I find very helpful. This one's in the plugin hub. There's a built-in one called Barbarian Assault. I don't really use that one except for show call change timer, but that's in this one as well, so we can turn this one off. NPC indicators are pretty helpful. I'm going to be changing what NPCs I'm highlighting based on what role I'm doing. So we'll shift right click the NPCs during the minigame to see that. Once you get in this room, you might have to right click the door and click reset wave to get in. You're just going to announce the role that you want, and right now we want to be the attacker. We'll wait until somebody uses a scroll on us to invite us to their team. You can pick up a scroll here to start your own team, but since this is a beginner guide, it's your first time, we're going to let somebody else build the team. Hopefully some experienced people invite us to their team. You do not want a team that's entirely beginners. I've been invited. I click attacker and accept. And now I've been added to a team. Somebody's going to climb down this ladder. I need to get some arrows. Run left. Then I'll call out on the horn, red egg. Now I can't really start until somebody tells me what arrows to equip. There we go. Also, make sure auto retaliate is turned off. Now I need to untag these guys. I want to tag all of the rangers and fighters. Switch to blue egg. A lot happened in that last clip, so I'm going to play it again and talk through it slowly, step by step. There's a lot of things we need to do in the first 5 seconds of the round. The very first click is on the dispenser to get my arrows. Notice I left this part of my inventory empty, but now there's a horn there. That automatically gets put in your inventory at the start of the game. The arrows do not, you have to go get those. So click 1 is right here, click number 2, I'm going to start running to the left. It's important that the attacker and collector go to the left side of the arena and not down the middle. The healer and defender go to the right side, and we don't want their monsters to come towards us. We want them to go to the right. So we stay to the left. The next thing I need to do is right-click the horn in my inventory to do a callout for my collector. And after that, I need to equip a set of arrows. I don't know which one yet because my collector hasn't done their callout. These 4 different types of arrows, they have special names. Bullet, field, barbed arrows. I don't know what they are. They're not important. What's going to pop up here tells me which ones to equip, but it also comes with a magic style and they're color coded. So if this says earth, I'm going with green. If it says fire, I'll go with red. Now, I don't actually need to pay attention to that if I've got the rune light plugin. It reads this for me, it sees wind, and it highlights those automatically. Now, attacking with the correct type of arrow is very important because the other types don't do any damage, and they also damage me, and most importantly, they reduce points for the entire team, keeping everybody further away from the rewards. Don't attack with the wrong type of arrows. The right type of arrows changes every 30 seconds, so this 10-second timer that's counting down, I want to stop attacking, make sure auto retaliate is off, and wait until I get new callout before I start attacking again. Here I've started around on 2 accounts at once, so you can see what your teammate sees. On this screen I'm the attacker, I'm supposed to tell green eggs, and over here I'm the collector, I'm supposed to pick up green eggs. I'm supposed to tell aggressive, and that means earth arrows. So I right click the horn and I say green, and we see the call changes on the collector screen. It says green eggs. Now watch as my teammate calls out the wrong type. This guy has just said red eggs on his horn, so this is updated to say red eggs. If I pick up red eggs, they explode, they deal damage, our team loses points, and I can see on the attacker's screen it still says green eggs are the correct type. You only get this information. So if something goes wrong, if maybe I've got the right arrows equipped, the arrows it says here, I've got those on and I'm attacking and I'm dealing 0 damage and I'm taking damage, it could just be because my collector has misclicked and this information is wrong. If you notice that happens, just stop attacking, maybe ask them to call again, or wait for the call to change. The rest of the game I basically keep repeating this same process. I attack with the right arrows, I keep an eye on the timer. When the timer gets close to 0, I click the ground to stop attacking. I right click the horn to tell the new color. I equip the new type of arrows and then continue attacking. When you get to wave 10, it starts like any other wave. You'll notice the arena is a little bit different, but we still just do our callouts, switch our arrows, and kill all the monsters. Right. Once I've killed the last fighter, I don't need my arrows anymore. I don't need to keep doing callouts. I'm going to put on my tank gear because the queen is about to spawn, and this is going to involve a bit of waiting and taking damage that I can't really avoid or heal. I can let my healer heal me, and it's easier for them if I stand over here by the spring. They have to refill a vial from this spring to heal me, so the whole team just groups up here generally. Now we're going to have to make omega eggs, and the attacker just needs to put spikes on those. So go to these mushrooms, get spikes. You need 8 shots to kill the queen. It's not too hard to duplicate eggs, so we can do this with less, but grab 8 spikes just to be safe. I just grab from the same ones and then wait for them to respawn. So these 3 buy the healer pool so that the healers don't have to chase after me. Here the healer is giving them to me. He's done putting poison on them, so I use the spikes on each one. Once I realize they're only going to give me 6, I start to give the spiked eggs to the defender. So use spikes on eggs, use eggs on blue. Blue gives the eggs back to yellow, and everybody runs up to the egg launcher. So I click shoot egg launcher, and I start spam clicking Omega Egg. If everybody clicks this at the same time, it duplicates eggs, so spamming this makes it easier if you don't have enough. And that's it, and we're done. Every guide mentions this. I think I've already mentioned this, but I don't think any of them discuss it quite enough or emphasize its importance enough. This whole mini game, you got to keep your eyes right here on the timer and change the call immediately when it changes, and stop what you're doing and look for the next call. Every 30 seconds. That's all 4 rolls. That's the exact same thing. The horn's going to have different text, but keep your eyes here. Call on the horn, and this game is easy for every single roll, every 30 seconds.